Greetings, Patrick here. Eight questions with, and welcome to the show. It is Thursday. It is a lovely night here in southeastern Michigan. A little cloudy earlier today, but it turned out nice and bright. Um, and yeah, we are ready to rock and roll. Hopefully, we will have a. Hopefully, our tech will be in much better shape this time than we had last Tuesday, which we had an excellent conversation with Brian Goddard from Cryptid Paranormal. Fun interview. If you missed it, it's down. It's on the wall. The interview starts at about the 42-minute mark because of our tech problems. We kept it going though. We got it underneath our belts. So tonight we are welcoming in rising star. Boy, do I mean rising? Holy crow! So check this out. So our guest tonight is rising star Amber Brooke. She is an actress, an alternative model, and she is just starting out in her journey on becoming an actress. So she's got three projects underneath her belt. That's not very many. It's not very much. Three. But the demand for her has been astronomical, according to her IMDb. Now, we all know some of these projects might fall by the wayside, but that's no fault of the actors, right? A lot of times, that's what happens. A film will be announced, they'll be cast, it'll even be budgeted or what have you. For some reason, it'll just fall apart. Who knows, right? But it's never the actor's fault really because they're signed up to do a job. That's what they're doing. Um, but according to her IMDb, Amber has 22 projects lined up. 22, and a couple of these I'm really anxious to see. I'll tell you the one that I've been keeping my eye out on, and I'm sure a lot of people have too, because this looks to be very much like an Argento film. Even the title screams Argento, and that's not a bad thing at all. So the one I'm really looking forward to, which is in pre-production, hopefully it'll be in production soon enough, is I has to be a giallo. It has to be, but it's My Blade Is Your Salvation. Um, that movie is going to be absolutely stacked. The cast of it is crazy good. The title is, like I said, I mean, Argento himself could not have named a film better than that, right? And of course, Amber will be part of that film as well. So, and she's, now it seems like now there's going to be a little bit more, that there wasn't because there has been, but I do see us having a little bit more. I think we're going to have an influx of some more fan films being made and presented. Of course, we know about Sweet Revenge, from Friday the 13th. Um, that that movie was supposedly made. Hey, Eric, greetings, sir, greetings. And you're right, James Remar is a badass. Yeah, he is. James Remar. That's the best. That's the best part about Mortal Kombat Annihilation was James Remar. He that was the first time I ever saw him as a good guy. He was always playing an asshole, and that was the first time I ever saw him as a good guy. And I'm going like, man, he does that really, really well. So, but we're going to be talking with, like I said, we're talking with Amber Brooke. Um, I Yeah, I can't wait to talk with her. Event, but I was talking about the fan film, the Sweet Revenge. Supposed to be got made for $1 million. That's a lot of money for a 15-minute short, right? I just again when I see stuff like that, I immediately go like, there's just no way in hell they spent $1 million on this movie. I've seen shorts just like this they're on shoestrings. They're being advertised in IMDb or IMDb groups or acting groups. We're making a short film for 20 minutes. I don't have any money. I might be able to feed you a bologna sandwich. that type of thing. And the short film comes out rocking, and all of a sudden now we got Sweet Revenge comes out. Yeah, we spent $1 million on it. On what? What, the director? I mean that's the only thing I can think of. Um, yes, it is. I am doing a voodoo. I'm working voodoo. So kill Juan Soto. Kill Juan Soto. No, just kidding, Waffles. Just kidding, Waffles. I'm still hoping for. I'm still hoping for. I'm still hoping for a Subway series this year. If the Yankees can get off their schneid and actually beat Toronto in a series, that would be really nice. We got a 4-game set with Boston this weekend. But yeah, I think it's just part hype. It's part hype, for the Crystal Lake series. Um, but I think the fan films are going to be coming back big time. Because now look at, now, basically people are going. They know that this was made as a fan film, so now they might go ahead and crank it up and start doing others. Um, and Amber has a few of those movies lined up too. She has Amityville Barbie, which is probably a takeoff on Amityville. We have she's going to be doing a Friday the 13th fan film. Jason's Fury. She's scheduled for that. She's scheduled to do one. Now this is the first for me. I've never seen this before for a fan film, but she's scheduled to do. She's actually scheduled to do a fan film of the Nicole Kidman movie, The Others. So she's scheduled to do something along that line. Doomed from the Stars. I've never seen that before, so it'll be really, really interesting to see how that turns out. Uh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Waffles is going to the Mets game on Sunday. That'll be awesome. I hope you guys can I hope you guys can crank one out, man. I mean, we're playing pretty good ball right now. Back-to-back sweeps. I'm happy with that. Um, Back-to-back sweeps on the road. That's. But I hope that we can come back and get Boston. Boston is playing relatively well. Hopefully, we can get off our schneid and take care of them. I'd like to see. We won't be able to get them all, but I'd like to see at least win 3 out of 4, right? And hopefully, Toronto stumbles a couple of times over the weekend. All right. So again, like I mentioned last Tuesday, we had a really fun show with Brian Goddard from Cryptid Paranormal. Lot of fun. Good conversation. If you're into the paranormal, if you're into cryptids, it's a great discussion. I, I have to admit, I mean, when I first thought about it, I was pessimistic. I was like, I don't know, skeptical. But the more I think about it, the more I think that why the hell not? Could that not be possible? Especially with the Loch Ness monster. That's the one that gets me. Um, who's to say that they did not find a skeleton in there and take that son of a bitch out? Who's to say? I would not put it past. I would not. Do I think that Nessie's still alive now? I don't think so. But if she was, I'm sure they got her. I'm sure whatever she was left of her is probably sitting over there in Area 51. Hey Dominic, how are you? How are you? Our guest will be here momentarily. Feel free to share us out. I will go ahead and let you guys know what's going on. I see some action today. MKF, walk it in, Philly, Mr. Phillies. Hey, how about a Halloween video game that's cool? You know what? Yeah, that's right. That's right. There might be a Halloween game released next year. Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Yeah, I think that hey Jamie, how are you? I was thinking about you today, Jamie, because I was reading and they were saying what movies were being released on Tubi in September, and you made it. your movie was there. So I said, oh, okay, there's Jamie. Hey, Anthony, how are you? Uh, so let me tell you what's happening in the. Let me tell you what's happening on the old schedule. So still working on September. September is a pain in the butt, but we still got a few shows left in August. Um, Next week we have two. Well, we have two shows on the 27th and the 28th. We have um, John Fallon will be here with us. Film director John Fallon will be with us. He is a film director and he is also one of the editors in chief of Joe Blow. That's right, Joe Blow. If you guys have not heard what Joe Blow is, it's one of the biggest entertainment sites, especially horror, out there. It's massive. They have like 12 YouTube channels, and who else knows what else out there they have. It's massive. They do reviews, they do interviews. They are just huge. They have specialty channels. If you're into horror, they got horror channels. I mean, it's massive. And he is one of the editors of that website. But he's also a film director. And so we're going to be talking with John Fallon, the film director. And we're going to be talking about his film that I watched called Malicious, which I got hit back to back with really good, tough horror films. Um, I got hit with Malicious, and I got hit with No Tears in Hell. Both powerhouse movies. I mean, maybe you come out of it feeling like you just went 12 rounds with Tyson at his prime. They are good movies, man, but they are good watches. But it's like it's pretty cool. Malicious is very good. No Tears in Hell and Malicious, man, just holy crow, knock the fur off your ass. So we're gonna be talking with John Fallon next week. He is based in the UK. We'll be talking with him on the 27th at 3 p.m. And then on the 28th, the lovely Greta Volkova will be here with us. And we're going to be talking independence. She did a film I just reviewed called Four Nights in Fear Forest. We'll be talking about that and some other films that she has done. And she'll be here. And yes, and we will probably be talking some cats. Yeah, some really good movies are definitely coming up. Yes, that's right, Larry. John Fallon is coming onto the show. That's right. See, everybody sleeps on what we do over here. Nobody shows up, but we still keep rocking it. So we're all right with that. We're okay with that. We're having a lot of fun. And yeah, but yeah, that's what we've been doing. I did catch the owl the other night, Larry. I really do. Man, I really miss the owl and the cat house. Larry and Don Zombie. I really miss you guys on Fridays, man. You guys are just you guys are so much fun together in the cat house. Yes, the Yankees and the Red Sox are playing a 4-game series. I would love to see a repeat of 1978's Boston Massacre. That would be awesome. Many of you guys are too young for that. But us old timer Yankee fans, we remember. Yeah. And then on the 31st, Mary Wilson's going to be hosting the ISC show. And we will be here. It'll be on my channel. And we're going to be talking about the movie called Z, starring Keegan Connor Tracy, who we absolutely love and adore. Man, I so happy to be able to talk about that movie. And then for that, some of you may not have known, or some of you have known, that our third IFC Midnighter, Ben from Cadaver Club, he was involved in an accident, and he broke his clavicle and he broke his right ankle. So he's home right now recuperating. He's actually working. But it's going to take a couple of months for him to get back to feeling somewhat like himself, and we know this. So after we do our show on Friday, until he lets us know we're going to put the ISC show on hiatus because it just doesn't feel right to continue to do it without Ben, because Ben was with us from the start. He was, and it's very much it's as much as his show as it is anybody else's, and I just don't feel comfortable doing the show without Ben. So we're not. We're going to do the show on the 31st because we've been advertising it, and then after that, and then we're going to wait till Ben feels comfortable enough, and then we're going to come over and pick it up. But we're not done. The Midnight Society is up and running. And we're covering. We just covered another A24 film. It was the Wonder Twins, Horror Miser Monty G, and myself. We had a great time with that show. Cut Bank is a great movie. If you like the Coen brothers, if you like Quentin Tarantino, then you'll love Cut Bank because it screams both of them. It really does. You're watching it and you're going like, I didn't, but everybody else did. Everybody else is sitting there going, I can see that with the Coen brothers. I'm not so sure with Tarantino, but that's what people have said. So, yeah, he was. I miss him too, man. I really do. I miss you guys on Fridays. That was a good show. That was a really good show. I have a friend who's a Red Sox fan. He called, yes. That still happens even to today. Yes. Yes, they still call him that today. Even though they've won 3 championships, they won 3 championships, what, in 6 okay, our guest is here. So, yay.
Hi.
Hey.
How's
all right. Good. Nice meeting you, Amber.
Nice to meet you.
I'm touching bases with your schedule is just so much fun. Your upcoming schedule. The one, I was just surprised. I'm just surprised that you're still. Are you going to be ready for your upcoming schedule? Let that be the first question. With the schedule you have upcoming, you have 22 projects upcoming. How are you going to stay sane in all that?
That's a great question. Honestly, I'm just really excited for it. I have a lot of energy all the time. Everyone will tell you I have like crazy crackhead energy. I'm just ready to go. And I love being on set. So I'm excited for each role because they're all different. And I get to portray different characters and give them my little spin on it. So I'm actually just looking forward to being busy. It is so much fun.
Yeah, it looks like it. I was looking at the movies that you have upcoming. The one I really was excited about, and I think this might be the first movie that I have heard a lot of people talk about from different sides of the horror community, and because I think they're very excited for it, and that is My Blade Is Your Salvation.
Yeah.
That is looking to be pretty big.
Yeah, that one's going to be fun. I don't quite know when we're filming that one yet. I'm kind of waiting for James to let me know, but we've been in contact a lot. We're both really excited about it. I'm excited to work with my good friend Steve. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited because, we get a lot, we're talking about fan films too. Fan films are pretty popular. Is that me? Holy crow. Test 1, 2. Okay, I thought I heard myself feedback. Okay.
It could be me. I don't know. I'm using my phone. I normally use my computer, but
do you have your computer up?
I do.
Okay, turn the sound down on your computer, and that should get rid of the feedback.
Let's see. Okay, sound is completely off.
All right, see, yeah, that's much better. Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, okay, that's all right. We'll just plow through it. If it's really bad, let me know in the chat if the feedback is really bad. Ooh, it is. Um, man, I don't know.
I don't hear it on my end.
No, I hear it on mine, and my sound is down.
Hmm.
Let me try one other trick here, which I turned down the sound. So, all right, testing 1, 2, testing. All right, here we go. So we were talking about fan films, and the importance of them. It seems like they ebb and flow. Now, you yourself have gotten a couple of fan films lined up. You also have done you also got a Amityville movie in the pipeline as well. Are you a big fan of fan films? I mean, before you got the acting jobs for those, before you won the roles, did you watch a lot of fan films?
Actually, before I got involved with Friday the 13th Vengeance 2, I didn't watch any of them besides Vengeance 1. Uh, nope, I didn't watch any of them. But then after I started filming Vengeance 2, I looked into like Never Hike Alone and all of those. So yeah, I actually didn't watch any until I started filming one. But I do like them and I think they're great and they pay homage to what us horror fans love in films. And with Friday the 13th, there were so many issues with like they were going to court and all that, so they weren't able to make any more movies. So then we all stepped up and started making our own, which kind of leads to, okay, maybe we should actually get this stuff figured out for Friday the actual
Hmm.
franchise. And now look at what they're doing. They're making a TV show, they're making another film. The Mask sucks. But anyway. But yeah, fan
I
films are really important.
I did see the fan film, Sweet Revenge, and that. So when I saw that movie, it was funny. Someone told me this earlier today, which I was totally surprised. But I don't know if you've seen it yet or not. But
Mm-mm.
they filmed it so it looked like that Jason was like 5'9", like he's small. And I thought, wow, that's really tiny. They gotta get, Jason's big. You get, because instantly think of Kane Hodder
Oh
and
yeah,
Derek
it's
and Derek
monster.
Mears. And then then I'm going like, well, this guy's like he's like 5'9", and they said, well, no, it's just how they filmed it. But the stuntman who played the role, Skylar White, he's actually 6'5" himself. I'm like, well, why didn't they do that? Why didn't they show that? Because when you watch it, that's the one thing that comes right at you is like he's so tiny.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was yeah. I have no idea, to tell you the truth. I think they're
Mhm.
doing a really good job at confusing us on what we're really going to see when we see it.
Right.
um so how does you now you're also alternative model, and you pose for a lot of different magazines. You have your body is your canvas, so to speak. um
Yep.
how did you get started in that business?
Actually, I was pushed into it. um, so I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm very hard on myself and I lack the confidence for that kind of stuff. But I had a good friend of mine that really wanted me to start doing it. She said that I would do really well at it, and she told me that I should try out for the inked cover girl competition. And I was like, no way, not me, not gonna do it. But I did it and I got really, really far in the competition. And then after that, I just continued modeling and just kept with the horror gothic kind of vibe because that's my favorite. And it just skyrocketed from there. So now I do a lot of cosplay and some originals too. I guess this weekend we're shooting a Universal Monsters style, so that's gonna be
Nice.
fun.
um you said you did cosplay. What do you do for cosplay? What kind of characters do you play?
Oh, always killers.
Oh. Uh,
Always, like
do
I've
you like
done
play? Do you like?
Jason.
Do you like? You play vampires, or
Yeah,
or
Oh yeah, definitely. I love vampires. I got a couple of vampire shoots. Clowns, a lot of clowns, because they're fun. It's fun to be a crazy clown.
I personally love clowns. I do. Clowns don't scare me at all. Like, somebody, clown comes at me, I'm like, that's awesome. You look
Like, take a
great.
picture.
Yeah, can I get a picture of that?
Yeah, I like
Aren't
your
you
makeup.
scared? I'm an evil clown, and we're like, there's really no such thing as an evil clown. I mean,
Oh,
you
you're
know,
cute. Look at your mouse.
um, what clowns are your favorites? Do you watch a lot of clown movies?
I do.
Uh,
Actually, my first horror film growing up, because I'm from the 80s. So my first horror film was Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And that is still my favorite movie to this day, besides American Psycho. Anyway, that's my favorite more modern movie. But yeah, I love all of the alien clowns. Shorty's my favorite for sure from that movie because I'm short, he's short. Yeah, it makes sense.
now,
But
now, how, now, how old
Terrifier
were
too.
you?
I like
Oh,
art.
I love Art. Art's my buddy.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I have to tell the story every time someone mentions Art, but I don't know if you know this or not, but Art is a cat lover.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you knew that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
David's
yes. Art.
awesome.
Because I asked David Howard Thornton, and I asked him because I just got done watching Terrifier 1, and I noticed the scene down in the down in the down over there in the hallways and whatnot, and I'm going like, there's a ton of cats, and I'm sitting there holding my breath because thinking, oh boy, if he does that, it's gonna be a short watch. But no, he likes cats, and so I asked him, is Art the Clown? Is he a cat lover? He goes, absolutely. Made me laugh.
Oh
That
yeah.
just made me laugh.
It's
Um,
funny, I have a room full of cats right now. There's 5 of them in here.
Man, you're rich. No, are these foster fails or
They are, well, they were unexpected. We'll just put it that way. They are up for adoption as of Sunday. So, and they're really cute. I
oh,
can
okay.
grab one and show you. Come here.
You got any orange ones?
Oh yes, actually 3. Here's 2. Here's 2 little
Oh
babies.
my God, there they are. Orange.
Oh,
Oh my God, that's it.
there's another orange one. Where is he? There he is.
Okay.
Here he is.
Me and the horror cat dad, we're on our way down right now.
Oh, come on.
Larry,
And there's
Larry,
2
Larry, come pick me up.
calico. 2 calico black. Where is she? Come here. Come here. Here's one. This is a calico girl. She's pretty.
Aw, she is pretty.
Yeah, and then we have just some straight black ones.
Those are beautiful too.
Oh yeah, they're little menaces to society though.
I have an orange. I had a black and white cat. That was my first cat. And then he passed away, and I went to get another. I went to get another one, and so I got a small cheetah from this place, and he's orange and white, and I'm in love with orange cats. Orange
Oh,
cats
they're
are so much fun.
sassy.
What's his name?
That one is Moon. That's the mama kitty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Are you
the
gonna
other
keep? Are
one's.
you gonna keep? Are you gonna keep the mom?
Yeah, we've had her since she was a kitten. So yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna keep her. And
Oh,
then
good.
maybe one of the calicos because we fell in love with the one.
Doesn't that always happen?
That's why we have so many is because like they're just so sweet and you fall in love and you're like, okay, you gotta stay now.
Yeah, yeah. You gonna get the mom. You gonna get the mom fixed after this, so she
Yes.
doesn't
Yep.
have it. Yeah,
We got all
that's the
our
right.
male cats fixed. We just need to get our female ones done.
Yeah. It'll help too. Are you an indoor cat person? Like, do you believe that
Yeah.
they can stay? Oh gosh. Okay. You're
Yeah.
you're
There's a
you're
lot.
you're already my favorite guest ever. Um. So, how did you get? I mean, you mentioned about the modeling part about doing the contest, but was that the first time that you actually got your first tattoo? Was because of the contest, or did you get them? Did you get them after high school, or tell me? And what was your very first tattoo that you got? And didn't it hurt?
Okay, so my mom actually paid for my first tattoo the day I turned 18 because I'm legal now. Whoops, I almost dropped my script. But so my mom paid for my first tattoo. I went and got Jack and Sally on my leg. It did not hurt. And then a month later, I got another one. And then a month later, I got another one. And then so on and so forth. And now I have a lot, but not enough. I actually just got another one the other day.
You're
Sunday.
you're almost you're almost out of room.
Now I got a room.
uh, so I mean, that must be. It's funny. It's like before you would think, actors with a lot of tattoos, a lot of times directors would have makeup artists, they would try to eliminate the tattoos,
Mhm.
so you could shoot. It does seem though lately, like the last maybe 10 years, 10, 15 years, that they really don't bother with that anymore. They're fine with tattoos. They have, have you ever had a director or a makeup person want to cover up your tattoos, or they just let them go?
So it depends on the role. I've gotten rejected from a few roles because I have so many and because it would take so much time to cover them. But whatever I audition for and I get, they don't normally say anything about the tattoos. I'm always like, do you want me to cover them? Do you want me to wear long sleeves? Everyone says no. Like, all right, cool. I did have a film that I was going to go get my throat tattooed. And I made sure to ask them first. I was like, hey, I want to go get my throat tattooed. Is that okay for the film? They said no. I didn't do it. So,
Right. I think I don't know. I just feel like I think actors should probably keep their everything from the neck up clean.
yeah.
Because I do. I mean, maybe I'm old fashioned. I don't mind the tattoos on the body, but when you're acting, you don't want you to be distracted. I don't want to be distracted by your tattoo and
Right.
not, and miss your performance. So they probably did you. They probably said no, because it's probably really it's what they really want. They want everybody's focus to be on you, on your character. Um,
Hmm.
so so how many contests have you won in for or how many magazines have you appeared or on as a model?
I haven't won any contests, but I got close that one time. But I've been on quite a few covers, been in quite a few magazines. I've been in Indie Horror Junkie a couple times. Oh goodness, my first magazine I actually have up here. I can grab it. It is Tattoos for Women magazine. That was
Nice.
the first one, but oh my goodness, I don't even know how many publications I've had at this point. Quite a few.
That's cool. Now, without going into specifics, because I don't need to know that. But when they come and ask you to appear on their magazines, they do compensate you for that, right?
Sometimes, but most of the time they will give me free copies of the magazine, which is cool too. It's fine with me, unless they want like a specific photo shoot, and then they're like, "Hey, can I pay you this much money to get a photographer to do this kind of style?" But normally it's I'll give you a free magazine, or let me know how many copies you want. I'll give it to you.
God, yeah, that's it's just magazines are such a man. They're sort of rare these days, aren't
They
they?
are.
Have you noticed that since you started your modeling career? Have the magazines, have they slowly disappeared?
Yeah, they're mostly online now, so they're like online magazines. You can still order them, but you can get a digital version or you can get a regular magazine, but mostly people do the digital.
Right, makes sense. Um, and did they hurt? I mean, what isn't that the main reason not to get a tattoo, because it is pretty painful. And what advice would you give somebody who was just starting out, wanted to get a sleeve on their arm? What would you tell them?
So I've only had a couple instances where they actually made me say ow. um I actually just took my son, he just turned 18. So, as a rite of passage, I paid for his first tattoo the day he turned 18, so, like my mom did for me. And he took it like a champ. He just sat there and let it happen and didn't flinch. He's just like his mom. But no, honestly, just if you start to feel any sort of pain, if it's like it kind of feels like a scratch, kind of like a scratch, or like a couple of bee stings. That's about it,
Okay.
depending on the spot. But
Right.
if you are starting to feel that kind of pain, just I always look at a focal point, and then I will kind of like clench my teeth, and that's it.
Oh,
I don't make a
okay.
noise, I don't move, I don't do nothing. But normally it doesn't phase me. The
Now,
only one that really hurt was my sternum. It's like across
ooh,
my ribs and it's up in
yeah.
here. Yeah, that
Ooh.
one hurt. But other than
And,
that, and the chest is a little tough. But other than that, piece of cake.
oh my. And you said your son was 18?
Yeah,
You don't, so you have a grown son. Oh
I
my gosh.
do. I
You
do.
got great genes.
Thank you.
Um,
I don't normally
so,
wear jeans. I wear sweatpants. No, I just had to make a dad joke.
um, when did you get into cosplay? I mean, did you get started when cosplay first started to become popular? You know, go to conventions. I mean, cosplayers, initially, they were just looked on, sort of like, okay, whatever. But now as we know now, more and more conventions want cosplayers to show up. They really because they add so much atmosphere to the convention. Um, how long have you been a cosplayer?
Um, let's see. I've only been doing it for maybe like 3-ish years, 3, 4-ish. And I
Okay,
don't really go to conventions and do that yet. I am starting to go to conventions for my acting and stuff though.
sure.
But no, I just do photo shoots as a character, like, Jason. I've done Jason. Patrick Bateman. Gosh, what else? I've done Art the Clown, which was one of my favorite, most fun shoots because I was crazy, cuckoo bananas. Lily Munster. I did it.
Oh,
I
of
was
course,
her.
of course.
Yeah. And that one was really good. But yeah, I've done a lot
Ha- ha-
of characters
Have you
like
done
that.
Morticia or Wednesday?
No, I haven't yet, actually.
Wow.
Not yet, but that's definitely on my list of to dos.
Um, Now you make your own costumes, right? I mean, is that part of being a cosplayer? Is you or
I will order something and like kind of put it together, but I kind of piece it together. Like the one we're doing this weekend, I'm going to be the Bride of Frankenstein. And we kind of are ripping up curtains, white curtains, and we're going to use that as my outfit. So it's going to be fun and interesting.
yeah, I love the creativity. I love the creativity in cosplayers. I think it's really cool. I think
It's
it's
fun.
really cool. Um, so let's talk about the acting now because this is really fun because had you always wanted to be an actor or was this something much like with the tattoo, was this something that someone helped you to encourage you? Like, look, you got a good look. Um, if have you ever considered acting before? I mean, who got you into the business?
So I have actually always wanted to be an actress. When I was younger, like teens, maybe before that, I used to just run around my room and pretend like I was on an award stage and I was at a premiere and I was thanking everybody for giving me this award and all that drama type stuff. But yeah, I've always wanted to be involved in film. I've always had a passion for developing characters, and I've also had a passion for writing and kind of creating my own stuff. So being an actor was always on the threshold. That's something. It's like, yeah, it's gonna happen eventually, but it took a long time for me to actually to get the courage to actually go for it. So I got into it after I connected with Jason Brooks. He was working with the same company I was working for, and we ended up connecting. And he was doing auditions for Vengeance 2, for Friday the 13th Vengeance 2. And did the audition, got it, flew to Seattle, filmed it, and then it just spiraled from there. And I did more and more and more. So, and now you can see I'm doing more and more and more and more.
Yeah, it's almost like it's really interesting how that has happened. I mean, it's most of the time it's slow. It starts off slow,
Mm-hmm.
and then it slowly builds up, and maybe by your second year or your third year, yeah, you might get you might have that many projects underneath your belt, but you haven't been working that long, and people just must absolutely love your look. They've all reached out to you and asked you to come and do their projects. You got 22 in the pipeline on various stages. That's absolutely insane. And like I mentioned to you before we went on, it's like it's going to be to the point where I'm glad we're doing this today, because once those projects get rolling, I mean, you're gonna be sort of like, who Jessa Flex is.
I love Jessa. She's a
You're gonna be
peach.
you're gonna be working her schedule real soon. She's
She's in
always
a
going.
we're in a bunch of mutual films, so she's in Amityville Barbie as well.
Yeah, I think she's a rising star too.
She is.
Just a matter of time before someone to Hollywood sees her and come gets her. It's just a matter
Oh
of
yeah.
time. Um, but she works that insane schedule too. She got all these projects come on. Everybody wants her in their movie. And now you're getting that too yourself because of your because you do have a very unique look. I mean, it's really it's wholesome. It's absolutely wholesome. That's why I saw the picture of you with the milkshake. Absolutely great. I mean, that's a pinup.
I
I was thinking,
love the pink look.
I was just thinking about, man. I wonder if she knows anything about World War II. But you could take that picture of you with a milkshake. You would see that on planes. They would
Oh
they would
yeah.
paint that on planes. Yeah. Um, so what was your first movie that you worked on?
It was Vengeance too. Yep.
Vengeance. Now,
Yep.
when you grew up, were you a big horror fan growing up?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Mm,
I mean, I even watched like the horror cartoons. I mean, they weren't scary, but like the Beetlejuice cartoon and stuff like that. But my favorite movie growing up was Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and
right.
I loved The Exorcist and Child's Play and all of that. A fun fact, my mom absolutely hates The Exorcist. So I always kind of pick on her for it. I'm like, hey, mom, you remember that movie? How do you like that? And then when my
You know
husband
why,
and I,
right? You
my
know what? You know
husband
why
and I
she
got
hates it.
married,
Uh huh.
and each table was a different horror movie. So I made sure to put her at the Exorcist table.
I'm sure. I'm sure she loved you so much for that.
She said, oh, gee, thanks.
Now, is this so much that she hates it or she's scared of it?
She's scared of it. Yeah, she
Yeah.
said it was terrifying. She'll never watch it again. She watched it once, never watch it again.
I caught that a little while ago, like last year. I rewatched it. Man, I gotta tell you, it's still It's still as potent today as it was back then.
Good.
It's even more so because when I watch it this time, it comes across as a documentary. It's almost like a documentary, and to me, for some reason, that just made it so much more scarier.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
there wasn't any bombastic music or anything. Like most. And it was. Only the music was only in certain places, but otherwise, it was like all quiet, like a news crew was filming it, and it just made it more effective for me, more frightening. Yeah, for Exorcist it's an interesting movie.
It is. And Linda Blair was absolutely phenomenal. She was so young and she delivered an
Yeah,
incredible performance. When we were filming in St. Louis, we were filming a movie called Aversion. The actual Exorcist house is in St. Louis. So we drove over there and saw it. I mean, it looks like your typical everyday house, so you wouldn't even know. But it's wild that the movie is based on something that happened in that very house.
Oh man, I thought I thought that house was in DC.
This one is where the story is actually based of. Like
Okay.
the actual little boy that was possessed that they did the film after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Man. Now let me ask you a question as a mom. Knowing what we know, Linda Blair's career. I mean, she has such a rocky career. I mean, she really did. She had a lot of personal problems.
Oh yeah.
Um, as a mom, would you let your daughter, a 12-year-old daughter, do a movie like The Exorcist, or would you keep her like doing more safe stuff like Disney?
That's a great question. Um I mean, I've let my children be involved in horror films, but nothing as intense as The Exorcist. As a mom, I might have to say maybe not. Maybe, have maybe a therapist needs to be on set or something.
It's interesting you mentioned that. That's interesting. That's really good you mentioned that because they're saying that now. Now they have those intimacy coordinators, which I never saw the reason for that. But
Yeah.
someone who talking about mental health, like some of the roles people get asked to play at such a young age.
Yes.
I'm more for that. I'm more like, yeah, I'm okay with that. If you have a psychiatrist on or someone there to, because it's kind of take a toll,
Yeah.
especially if you play, a killer,
Right.
and your character is going to kill 8 people. I know it's acting, I know it's makeup, I know it's make believe, but still, you're still doing the act of actually killing somebody. That's gonna weigh on somebody's brain after a while.
You have to develop that character. You have to give that character the just the characteristics rather, like Evan Peters when he played Jeffrey Dahmer in the series, like he was Dahmer, and I'm sure that took a toll on his mental health, like
Oh,
bad.
I'm sure too. I'm,
So it's
I
definitely important to, if you are doing those intense kind of roles, make sure you have a lot of self-care and take time for you and go to a therapist, just relax, get that mindset out of there because that will definitely tear you down.
yeah, I'm with you about that. I was gonna tell you, gonna bring up another role. I've seen that before. When people. So there's an actor named Luke Baines
Hmm.
who did a movie called No Tears in Hell.
Yep.
Man, it's such a strong performance. It's insane. He plays a Jeffrey Dahmer type character, and it's intense, Amber. It really is. I told the director, I said, I interviewed a couple of cast members. I told him, I said, I'm not so sure I would feel, if I did an interview with him, I'm glad I'm doing it this way. I don't know if I could sit there in the same room and do it with him because he's so intense. It's like it's such a good performance, and you really believe that's who he really is. And I'm just thinking, man, he after he gets done putting that character aside, how does he let it go? How do you let
Right.
that? Have you had a character yet that you played uh to where you've had to go inside yourself, deep inside yourself, to bring the character up? And if so, how do you disconnect afterwards?
So not quite. Most of my characters are sweet or badass. So I don't have to really dig deep down for that because that's me anyway for the most part. But there are certain characters I like to give a little bit of an emotional kind of backstory and stuff. So what I do is, if there's a scene that requires me to get in my feelings, I think of something that makes me really sad. And I always gravitate towards my grandma, because she was such a light in my life, and she was very supportive of my acting career. She was always like, you can't get there, I'll take you, let me take you, you know. She was always there, and she passed a while ago. So I always think of her and her not being here to see the progress I've made in my career, and I'm doing it all for her. So it gets me in that mindset, like I'm like, all right, I'm ready to cry. I'm ready to go.
What's it like? What's it like doing? Like when you get into the roles. How do you get into? How do you get into the? Yeah, I mean, you draw upon your grandma for a feeling of sadness. How do you draw upon? What do you draw upon to get into like badass mode?
So I bring out a lot of anger. I've dealt with a lot of unsavory situations in my life. I dealt with a very awful abusive relationship for 8 years, and I take a lot of the anger from that and I bring it up, and it's just, you can see it on my face when I get like that. I actually
Mm.
just had to do that for Dasher Slasher. We just filmed not last weekend but the weekend before, and I had to kind of bring all that up, and I was angry. I was real mad.
Did your scene partner go like, wait a minute? It's like,
I
hold
kind of
on, what
felt
did I
bad
do?
after. I'm like, you okay, bud? You
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. What did I do? What did I do? Cut.
He
So
probably cried in the shower after that. Cried into the
what's
bar soap.
what's Dasher Slasher? How did you get the role?
So this is my script from it. It's very cool. I get to be on the cover. I'm on the poster and the t-shirts and stuff. It's
So
pretty darn
are
cool.
you the Dasher Slasher?
And no, I'm the final girl.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But I got involved with that because I connected with Devlin and I connected with Heidi. They are the writers and directors of that film. And I did an audition with Heidi. She sent my stuff over to Devlin and he loved it. So I got the lead role of Casey. And she's quite the badass. She loves her best friend, Erin, and you don't want to mess with her friends and you don't want to mess with her family. That's all I'm saying.
Right, right. Are they gonna let you have an orange cat as a sidekick?
I wish. Maybe for the feature. We just did the short film, so maybe I can talk Devlin and Heidi into writing me in a little familiar. Maybe I'm a witch.
Yeah. I think I can see you driving down the road and like Dodge Charger, badass here, radio cranked up, orange cat on the shoulder. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, just a whole back seat full of cats. I'm cool
Oh,
with that. Open the trunk, cats. Hood,
that's
cats.
right. We're the cat crime crew right here.
Yes, right.
So now how do you like now? I'm sure some of your characters you play have died, right? Have you been killed a couple of times already?
Yes,
Uh,
actually, I have. Oh, it's probably buried underneath my clothes. But in Friday the 13th 2, or 2, Friday the 13th Vengeance 2, I face Jason and I don't win, unfortunately. I mean, I should have though. Like, I'm so much taller than he is. I'm 5'1", okay? But but I ended up facing him and losing, and he stabs me, and then I hit the wall, and then that's it for me. But it is so much fun to die in a film. I know that's really weird to say, that it's fun to die, but it is. I love getting bloody, and I love the
uh,
special
I
effects because I do that myself, and I love it so much.
I noticed that. I noticed that the some of your. I looked at your pictures here you had on your IMDb, and the one thing I noticed right away was you're not afraid to get the goo on you.
Not at
Um,
all. It's my
No,
favorite.
that's my kind of actress, though. I love an actress who's not afraid to get down and dirty.
Nope,
I mean,
not at
I have seen some gorgeous actresses roll around in the dirt. I have
all. Oh yeah.
so much respect for that because it's like they're used to being all pampered up and pretty up and everything else, but there they are on the ground, holding their own, rolling around in the dirt. It's like that's cool as hell.
Hell yeah.
Um,
I love it.
and I know it's one of the films here. We have to talk about this one here. I know it's one called Jason Escapes from Hell.
Yeah, that
I,
one's coming up.
okay. Now, what's your favorite Friday the 13th movie?
It's gonna have to be part 7. Part 7 with my girl Tina.
Okay, yeah, the telekinetic, Lost Park
Yes,
Sequence.
yes. And Terry Kaiser, I love him. I worked with him on 259. He was just the peach, such a peach. He took us all to lunch and he was so sweet. But yes, that's got to be my favorite Jason. I mean, I love the first one because it's the original and Kevin Bacon's in it. So,
Right, right.
but part
Not for
7 is
very
good.
long, but he is
Yeah.
in it. Uh, uh, yeah, I think my favorite. I think the first four are the best movies, but my favorites are Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love those two.
Yeah, they're good.
And I like the remake. The remake
Yeah,
was
that wasn't
remake
bad.
was
I like the Freddy versus Jason. That one's fun. It's a lot of fun.
that one sort of I just couldn't get into that one as much, I
No.
guess. Yeah, because I just felt like there should have been a definitive winner, and there really wasn't.
Yeah.
And I really don't think that, honestly. I think especially that in that context, I think Jason would have mopped the floor up with him.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Freddie would have stood a chance.
I think that what they should have done, how they ended it with Freddy winking at the end, they should
Right.
have done another one, but it's like Freddy versus Jason versus Michael or something.
You
Like
know,
just keep
they
it
wanted
going.
they wanted to do Freddy versus Jason versus Ash from Evil Dead.
Oh, he's my favorite. He's my favorite final girl.
That's
When
right, he is
my
a final
husband
girl.
proposed to me, we were doing an Evil Dead cosplay photo shoot. He was Ash and I was Linda. So Evil Dead has a very special place in my heart.
I got to talk to for the Evil Dead remake, so I got to talk to the guy who played Dave in that, Shiloh Fernandez.
Yeah.
And yes, man, I love the remake. The remake is
So
badass. I love the first two, and I like the remake. Um, I was not a fan of Army of Darkness.
it
I
was a
just
little too corny, but
yeah,
I love the character of Ash. He's great. The movie itself, not great, but
yeah,
him, he's wonderful. Even when he did the TV show Ash versus Evil Dead, that was fabulous.
right,
So good.
right. I just it's just like I see Sam Raimi, and it's just like you just want to run up to him and go like, do a damn comedy already, like
Yeah.
if you want to do something funny, do a funny movie, but don't do it with your horror movie. It's just like it seems like he gets I don't know, he gets bored or what, because he did the first two Spider-Man movies were just fantastic. First two Evil Dead movies were fantastic. The third movie of each series, not so much.
Yeah.
He struggled. Um, what's it like for you to audition? I mean, do you like the process?
It depends on the type of audition. For some reason, I struggle with self tapes. I
Mm,
feel really awkward when I do it, and I don't feel like I'm being authentic. So I much prefer either in person auditions or Zoom auditions because I feel I can really just connect with the people while I'm doing it. But yeah, self tapes are a struggle for me.
right. Now, does your husband and son run lines for you? Does that help?
Both, both do.
Yeah.
Normally it's my husband, but sometimes my son Dallas will help as well. And I don't know if it works out to my advantage though, because I'm normally kind of goofy when I'm talking with them, because
Oh, right, right. Yeah. Now,
yeah.
what city are you based in, Amber?
I am in, well, I am about 45 minutes to an hour away from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Wow, there's a lot of filmmakers up there.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
We have to give a shout out to two of our friends out there. I know that Greta is from out there, and Jeff Kirkendall is from Buffalo, from close to Buffalo, I think. Yeah, he definitely in New York. Uh, so what's the acting community like up there for you? I mean, is there a lot of people in, there's a lot of, I mean, I know New York City's not that far away,
It's like eight
relatively
hours for
speaking.
me.
Is it 8 hours away?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 7.5, 8. Yeah.
I didn't know New York was
I've
that.
never even been in New York City, and I've lived in New York my entire life.
And you never been to the city yet?
No, I want to though. I want to go to the Beetle or the Tim Burton bar, the Beetle House.
Oh, okay. Wow. I guess I should ask you this too. Have you done any live stage?
No, no. The only thing I've done on stage, I mean, I did a talent show when I was a kid. And then I did a beauty pageant in March where I had to be on stage and do a talent routine. But that's all I've done. I haven't done any acting on stage, but I'd love to.
What's your opinion about beauty pageants? I mean, are they old fashioned? Are they past due? I mean, are they still relevant? You think? I mean, are they something just fun to do? People don't take them seriously?
I think when done properly, they could be really powerful. So the reason I got involved with the beauty pageant that I was in, it was called the Miss Alternative Buffalo pageant, and it is for survivors of domestic abuse. And it was everybody who was competing were all survivors, and this was a foundation to help raise awareness for domestic abuse awareness and mental health awareness. So it was a really great opportunity to help people. So that's why I got involved with that. Beauty pageants can be a little, you never know what you're going to get with they can be a little out there, but when they're
Right.
done for the benefit of the community and for everyone, it's very powerful.
Um, what do you, as a woman, as a creative, you see, it seems like more and more every day. We see a lot of gains that women have gotten. They seem to be being threatened. Like certain aspects of what we pass and what we put into play. With protections for women. All on all that. The even playing field, trying to make an even playing field. As a creative, how do you feel about being a performer in today's world? you know being today's America versus when you first started out. Do you think that as a whole, we're taking a step backward as far as the arts go? You think it's still status quo, or do you think that we can improve, or do you think it's getting better?
I think in the indie community, it is better because there's a lot more coming out of the indie community, and there's a lot of creative ideas happening that you don't see anywhere else. And there's a lot of just everyone is equal. There's women, men, everyone is equal. Everyone's going to get a shot in the indie community. So there's no discrimination, nothing like that. So it's really nice. And for some reason, we come up with the most amazing ideas, and we also have such a wonderful family dynamic that it's such a great community to be a part of. Every set I've been on, I've felt like I've known these people my whole life. Like, they become my best friends. I have people that I was on set with my first movie ever, Vengeance 2, that I still talk to all the time. And I think the world of all of these people, and I promote their projects because I'm so proud of them all. It's just such a wonderful thing. I think in the indie community, it's moving forward, but Hollywood is going backwards.
I'm with you. I was just reading today how we're always saying how Georgia is like the next place, the next Hollywood.
Yep.
Everybody's going to Georgia. Everybody's going to go there. And then I read today that Disney is going to move the Marvel productions from Georgia to the United Kingdom because of cost. It's cost too much to film in Georgia. That's a massive blow.
Yeah.
That's a huge blow.
Jeez.
I that I was like, wow, that's how many hundreds of jobs will be affected by that. Um, but I think you're right though. I think more and more, and I think independents are starting to. I definitely feel like they're starting to understand that the old traditional way of doing business, it's never coming back. It's now though I see it a lot. Believe me, I see it a lot. It does seem like more and more indie projects are being funded solely by fans. Um, is that a risky thing? Do you feel to depend on strangers to basically send in their money because to me, the economy being what it is, I think sooner or later a lot of these fans, yeah, I sure wish I knew why I'm back beauty.
Oh,
That's just crazy. Ah, I have no idea why.
aw.
Okay. Do you feel like is the indie is do they depend on fundraising? And do you think that the indie community is is too dependent on that?
Um, I mean, it's a give and a take. We we need the help because it is so hard to make a movie. It costs a lot of money to make a movie. But the Indiegogo campaign is kind of helping to give back to the people as well. So people who may have always wanted to get involved in films and just didn't really know how to do it or whatever. So Indiegogo campaigns normally have a pay to play kind of option where you can be a part of the film, even if it's an extra or anything like that. So it's a great opportunity for people to get their start, and maybe they fall in love with it and they want to keep doing it, and then people like them on set and they'll just hire them without them having to pay for play. But
Right.
we do rely on our fans to help out, but we also try and help them out at the same time, so it kind of balances out there.
Yeah, I just to me it's like I just feel like the way the economy is going and whatnot, and oops, I lost her. Am I still? And I'm not backfeeding anymore. Oh, okay. So it wasn't. Why is it? Why was it me? Okay. Uh, ta-da.
Hey,
Welcome
I don't
back.
know what happened. I was like, what the heck? It was telling me my Wi-Fi wasn't working. But anyway, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, look, I'm not. I don't think I'm. Am I backfeeding? A
I
little
don't
bit,
think
not
so.
much. Okay. Yeah. Now, yeah. So, how big is the community in Buffalo? I mean, how do you keep abreast of what's going on? Obviously, with 22 projects in the pipeline, people can find you relatively easy. Are they finding you directly, or are they finding you through other directors that you worked with?
So it's a bit of both. But here in Buffalo, there's not a whole lot going on in regards to horror films. There's a couple here and there, but most of my films are actually out of state. Like Dasher Slasher was Indiana, Black Sheep, Pennsylvania, 259, Idaho. I've been all over the place. I've been Amityville Barbie was Delaware. So it's been I've been bouncing around from state to state.
Yeah, how is it that you're doing an Amityville movie in Delaware?
Well, that's where Ronan is from. He's
Oh,
our fearless leader and stunt coordinator. Dude's amazing. So we were filming my character scene, which she is one of my favorite characters that I've ever played because she is the female version of Ash Williams, which I told you earlier is my favorite final girl. So,
right, right.
um,
I love that. I wonder if Bruce has ever been told that you're my favorite final girl.
when I meet him,
I
I will
wonder.
say that.
I want. Yeah, I have to see. I would love to see someone asking that on camera.
I'll do it.
Yeah, do it. Um, Now, you guys have you do have a couple conventions up there your way every year, right? You have a couple, you have 2 or 3 different horror film conventions in Buffalo.
There's one in Niagara Falls, and then there's one in Syracuse, which happens to be in like 2 weeks, ScareCon.
Okay, are you planning to attend that?
So I was going to, but then I got an offer to be a part of Crypticon out in Minneapolis. So
Okay.
I have to leave, my husband and I have to leave the week after that ScareCon and drive the 15 hours to Minneapolis to be a part of Crypticon for the Fetus movie, who asked us to join, which is really wonderful. They're such great people. Joe Lamb is an amazing director. You're gonna like the Fetus movie. Lauren from Terrifier, she's the lead. Bill Moseley's in it. He's my freaking favorite. I love Bill Moseley. But yeah, so we got to be a part of their table at Crypticon coming up, and it's like, do I go to ScareCon or Crypticon and hang out with everybody from the Fetus movie? Okay, we're going to the Fetus movie. And it actually happens to be my husband and my wedding anniversary that weekend, so it's perfect.
Oh, congratulations! How long have you been married?
A year, just a year.
Oh, okay. You must be
Yeah,
very excited.
yeah, we got married Friday the 13th last year, so in
Oh,
September. So
okay. Yeah, it's really coming up fast.
yeah, yeah, I'm excited.
Uh, uh, so that's that. Now, this will this be your first convention that you've been invited to as a guest?
I have one coming up in November, but
Yeah.
this will be my first one. I'm actually not a guest here. I'm working with the Fetus film. I'm going to be a model for them as one of their pregnant models, going
Okay.
around doing some fun scares and handing out fetus condoms. So I'm excited.
Okay. No, that that's the way you have to promote your movie these days, right?
I
I mean,
love
you know,
it.
no, right, right. Uh, uh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a blast. I can't wait to hang out with everybody from the Fetus movie and Bill Moseley. Like I can't wait to meet him in person. I'm gonna try not to fangirl. It's gonna be
It's
really,
okay.
really hard.
You're not a fanboy. You can fangirl out. I've had my moments here on the show where I fanboyed out. I mean,
It
I'm not
happens.
gonna lie. I can't sit here and lie to you about that. Um, I'm very excited for. So tell me, how did you get involved with um, My Blade Is Your Salvation? Because, like I said before, that seems to be catching a buzz
Oh
strong.
yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like raising a lot of funds, and he's got a great budget, and it's really, really exciting. I can't wait to work with James. I actually reached out to him to see if there was anything available, and then we clicked, and that was that. And I got the part, and then I found out I was doing this scene with my friend Steve, who I've worked with on a few films, and I was like, oh great, perfect. So this is
uh, how,
wonderful.
how are you feel going to playing the killer in that movie? Uh,
I'm not the killer. Good try.
I was trying to
Good
get some.
try.
I'm trying to get some inside info. Um,
I wish
no, it
I
looks
was the
real.
killer. I want to play a killer in a film.
Our good friends, Mrs. New York Gal and Dell is just walked in. Hey
Hi,
Dell. Uh,
Instagram.
Me and Dell are gonna be hanging out next month. We're gonna be doing another film review deep dive. Our friend Monty is putting together. I have no idea what it is, but
Ooh,
all I know is that Dell's gonna be. Me and Dell are gonna be doing that next month. So I'm looking forward to that.
awesome.
He does a great show as well. He's a really strong YouTuber. Cinemaphile has a good movie channel.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're talking with Amber Brooke, and as I was going to ask you, I want to circle back around this because we talked a little bit about The Exorcist. Movies that have basis in real life. And I noticed that Amityville is a very popular film genre, right?
Oh
Very,
yeah.
but the root of the movie is really sad and disturbing. I mean, and Amityville's not that far away. It's in New York.
It is.
Um, what do you feel about? How do you feel about when Hollywood takes a tragedy, something like that, and sort of exploits it? I'm not saying that you are because there's been like 70 movies before Amityville Barbie, so you're safe. But how do you ever find yourself or did you find yourself on set? Maybe it's between shots, and you start thinking about Amityville, like how did I get here, and why are we here doing this movie about that house? Does something like that ever cross a mind of a movie that you may be in that's based on true facts, and it's sort of a depressing it's a depressing story. Does that ever cross your mind that as an actor, as a creative, where you're at?
Well, not really for that film because it's so it's so out there. It's so different than, what happened in the house. It's not even really the house that's involved in it. So, I did do 259, which was based on a true story. It was a possession horror story, and we actually had the DP that was on set. His name was Ryan Race, and this story happened to him. So we actually had the person it happened to on set. So when we were filming, we would say, okay, how did we do? Like, is this what you experienced? How do you feel about it? And there was a certain scene that we did that he was like, yeah, that's how that happened, and he kind of got a little emotional about it.
Yeah,
So certain sets, yeah, definitely kind of, oh wow, like this really happened. But others, like Amityville Barbie, I didn't even think twice about Amityville at all because it's not really even connected. It's more the Barbie storyline than anything. It's very
uh,
Buffy the Vampire. Like, this is what Justice says in the trailer. It's very Buffy the Vampire meets Evil Dead. And that's exactly what it is. And it's fabulous.
so what are the movies that you got coming up besides My Blade is Your Salvation? What are some of the movies that you're most excited for? I know that and how do you choose what to do? I mean, you got so much on your plate right now. Have you put everything else on hold until you complete your current list? How do you balance that out between your home life and all the other acting jobs that you have? How do you keep that? How do you keep the plate spinning?
It's hard.
It
It
is
is
hard.
hard, but I like a
I got
challenge.
exhausted just looking at it.
I like a challenge. I always put family first, though. Family is most
Mhm.
important. My kiddos, my husband, they are my world. But I like to include them in everything that I do whenever I'm on set. If my husband's not out on tour with his band, he's with me on set. And my kiddos have been on set with me as well. But I try and balance myself out where I will do a film at a time, and I'll try not to book them close together. But I did, was it last month? I think it was last month. It was every other week or every 2 weeks I had a film. But I would focus on one film at a time and get those films down, get my character in here ready to go, and then work on the other. So I just finished filming Dasher Slasher a couple weeks ago. So now I've got my script out for my next film, which is Vintage. That's going to be in New Jersey. And I have to play a British character. So this will be my first time with a British accent in a film, which is really cool. And so I'm getting in that mindset, but I do take time away from that because I have a day job as well. I work a normal day job, plus the kiddos and the husband and movies and modeling and all that jazz. But I do set aside like my podcast. I used to do a podcast like once a week, but I do it like maybe once a month now, just so I can focus on family and movies and all of that good stuff.
Hey, Drew, welcome in, welcome in.
Hello.
And looks like we are. It looks like it looks like I do know a movie we're going to be talking about. Looks like we're going to be talking about The Monkey. I am
Oh,
not.
okay. The
Are
new
you a big Osgood Perkins fan? He
somewhat.
did he did The Monkey, and he did he did Long Legs.
Yeah, I
But
liked Long Legs. I thought that was really weird. It was so weird. I liked it.
I loved Black Coat's Daughter.
Oh my
That
gosh.
that's my
Just
jam right
the
there.
vibes. Oh, wild.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I didn't really I really didn't like Long Legs, but I'll tell you a movie I did like a lot, and that was Nefarious.
Oh
Nefarious was
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Nefarious
that
was
was really
amazing.
good.
That was really good. Holy crow. Oh yeah. Oh okay. I was gonna say I hadn't heard from him yet about what movie we're picking. We do a deep dive. Um, I give my friends is there like, do you collect physical media? Do you buy physical media for you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what's that one?
It's the Terrifier VHS tapes.
Oh
Terrifier
my
3.
god. Oh, they put it on VHS? Wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's so much fun.
Heck
Um,
yeah.
so how many movies do you own?
Not too many anymore. I used to have like a
Mm.
giant bin full in my. They got all mildewy and old.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. That
I
happens.
know. But I have a few
Um,
tapes. I actually have my favorite movie ever right here on
which one's that one?
Blu-ray. American Psycho.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
Christian Bale is phenomenal in everything he does. He really like immerses himself into that role. Like the machinist. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
He
I
like
heard about
literally
that.
almost killed himself to become
Yeah,
that character.
I
Like
think
he
he was.
is
I think he at
amazing.
one time. I think, what did he weigh? Like 80 pounds.
It was scary, and he was saying
It
like
was
I
really
think,
scary.
don't quote me on this, but I think he only had like an apple and tuna or something like that a day. And
Yeah.
oh, the poor guy. But he really did an incredible job in that role and every other role he does, let's be real. But yeah, he's one of those actors that really commits himself, and he's very inspirational.
Drew's asking us. He's saying, "Do you think Sinners is the best horror film of 2025?" I'm gonna say, for me, no, it's not the best. I'm gonna go
No,
with no. I'm
I
gonna go with
hated that
No Tears
movie.
in Hell as my favorite. That is a brutal movie.
Which one?
No Tears in Hell.
Okay.
that's gonna be my it's gonna be, which is really strange because this is gonna be like the first it's gonna be the first year and first time in like in 3 years that there's this company called Cinephobia Releasing, and then they've released the last two movies that I've watched where I thought they were the movie of the year, uh, and so this is the first time in 3 years it'll be something new. But
Oh
yeah, but
wow.
no Tears in Hell, man.
I
That's a
haven't seen that.
well, it's if you saw Dahmer, it's sort
Yeah.
of along the same. It's along the same line.
Oh,
It's
okay. I'll
based it's
definitely have to
based on
watch.
yeah, it's based on a true story about a serial killer in Russia, and they say
Okay.
that he might have killed up to 100 people and ate
All
them.
right. Oh, I mean, like
Yeah,
he's being resourceful. He doesn't want
yeah,
to waste. Times
God,
are hard, okay? Everything's so
yeah,
expensive. Eggs are very expensive. He's got to eat people now.
yeah. It's yeah. It's everything. Like every time I turn around, I look on the internet. They're talking about how the grocery prices are going higher, and they're not kidding. It's
It's
I live by myself, and it takes a lot to feed just one person.
I
It's
know, and
amazing.
we've got 5 people in our house plus all of our cats, so it's like, oh my
Right.
goodness.
So what do you got coming up for the rest of the year? I mean, the 20 you got the 22, and the various forms of, um, and so you just continue to just work them in. How do they line up? So we're do you tell them like like do you do them in the order that you receive them? That or do you are you totally at the mercy of the director? Like if two directors called you to do the same to do shoot at the same time, how do you know? How do you choose between which movie to shoot that weekend?
Rock
What do you
paper
tell them?
scissors.
Like
Just kidding. um, normally it is really they're really good about like asking my schedule and seeing what works for me, but I've actually not had any that overlapped yet. um, Normally I try to film everything on the weekends. That way I can do my normal um, 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. job that I do Monday through Thursday, and then just do my filming on weekends. That way it doesn't, go into each other. But sometimes a film will obviously take more than 3 days to film. So it will, but I've never really had an instance where it was, I got to pick this film or this film if it's the same time. At horror conventions, like the one that's coming up, the one we're doing in Minneapolis, there's also Horror Hound the same weekend. And a few of my friends that I did a film called Black Sheep with are going to be there and they wanted me to come. And I'm like, I can't, I'm doing this. And then there's another horror convention the same day. It's like, come on, guys, what are you doing? Pick a different day.
but a good place to be though, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, we have hit our mark, and I definitely want to say thank you for coming out there. I enjoy talking to you. I really do. I really am serious though. When I told you earlier that if we don't do this now, we're probably not going to get a chance to do it. And I I really believe that, and I think it's a really good place to be for you. Um, and I've said that a couple of times to actors I've talked to, whereas I'm glad I got you because you won't be doing this again. Um, because you're going to be busier and your star is going to get a little bit brighter. I believe that. Um,
Thanks.
that's a lot of projects to do, and the directors and the casting directors really must like what they see of your talent. So that's why you're getting all these calls. You definitely are earning your spot, that's for sure.
I'm
Um,
trying.
now again, Amber has done. She has done Amityville Barbie recorded, and the movie that I'm looking forward to, which is probably going to shoot next year. I bet you. I bet you it's probably going to. It'll probably start shoot next year. My Blade is Your Salvation. I bet you. I bet you. Um, hell, if he can get more money for it between that and
He's
the time it
killing it.
shoots,
Pun intended.
that looks to be like an American made giallo film. and it looks really impressive. I can't wait to see this first trailer to come out from it. Um, and yeah, I'm excited about that. I don't get really excited about a lot of indie projects. I mean, I take them as they come. You know, I enjoy them very much. Like, you know, like there's some, yes, there are some that I am excited for, but this one here, I really am. I think this movie is going to really pop, and I really can't wait to see how it turns out. Um, all right. I want to thank everybody in the chat that came out here. I see Dal and Drew and New York Gal and Larry was out here uh, 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 and Jamie Hill's out here. Jamie Hill's she's a really good actress. She did a movie called Skinamarink. That
Oh yeah.
yes,
Awesome.
yes, great movie, fantastic movie. Not for everybody, but I loved it. Um, Cheryl is driving, so thank you for listening, Cheryl, as you drive safely to your next destination. Real quick before we let you go, just to let you know, next week we will be speaking to. We have two guests next week. On the 27th, we'll be talking with John Fallon, who is a film director. He has made a terrific movie called Malicious. Malicious, that's a badass movie. uh, and he also is the editor in chief of Joblo, which is a tremendous entertainment website. They have like 13 or 14 different YouTube channels. They are massive. If you go onto their website, you'll see that, you know, if you're a horror fan, this is a place to go to see what's coming up. They do reviews, they do interviews, they're everywhere. And John is not only the editor, but he's also a filmmaker himself. So we'll be speaking to him on the 27th at 3 p.m. And then next Thursday, a week from today, we'll be speaking with New York-based actress Greta Volkova. She'll be here with us right where you're at next week at this time. So I want to say thank you to the chat for your support. Wouldn't be here without you. And we will see you. We'll see you soon. We'll see you next week.
Awesome.
Amber, stay right where you're at. I'm just gonna say goodnight to my chat and be safe, be well, and peace.
Peace.